never believed in ghosts, not for a second. For years, I wandered through abandoned buildings, capturing their decay and forgotten stories with my camera. I walked through the ruins of places long deserted, never once feeling a flicker of fear. But after what happened at St. Mary's Hospital, I stopped exploring altogether. I don't even go near those places anymore, because the last photo I ever took wasn't mine. It was something else's. Photography had always been my passion, especially when it came to abandoned places. There was something about the forgotten, decaying structures, the eerie silence, the way nature slowly crept back in to reclaim what humanity had left behind. It all fascinated me. I loved the challenge of capturing that perfect shot, the one that told a story without words. So when I heard about the old St. Mary's Hospital, I knew I had to go. It had been closed for decades, a place shrouded in whispered rumors and urban legends. Some said the doctors had performed unethical experiments on the patients. Others claimed that the souls of those who died there never truly left. The people in town avoided it like the plague, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't the type to believe in ghost stories. I just wanted to capture the perfect shot. I arrived just before sunset, my camera slung over my shoulder. The hospital loomed before me like a corpse, lifeless yet unnervingly present. Its windows were shattered, its walls cracked and crumbling, and its front door hung open like a mouth frozen mid-scream. It was exactly the kind of place I loved to photograph. Inside, the air was stale and thick with dust. Every step I took echoed through the empty halls, my boots crunching against broken glass and debris. The place was completely deserted, yet it felt occupied, like I wasn't entirely alone. I started taking pictures right away. The ruined lobby with its peeling paint and rotting chairs, the graffiti-covered walls, the gurneys left to rust in the hallways. I moved deeper into the building, snapping photos of patient rooms that still contained old yellowed sheets and medical equipment that looked like it belonged in a museum. Then I felt it, that prickling sensation on the back of my neck, the unmistakable feeling of being watched. I turned around quickly, my heart pounding, but there was nothing there. Just the long, empty hallway stretching into darkness. I exhaled sharply and shook it off. It was just my mind playing tricks on me, I told myself. I continued through the building, eventually stopping in what must have been the surgical ward. Rusted scalpels lay scattered across a stained metal tray, and an old operating table sat in the center of the room, its leather straps still intact. I raised my camera and snapped a photo. That's when I heard it. Click! I froze. It was the unmistakable sound of a camera shutter. But mine hadn't made a sound. I spun around, my breath caught in my throat. The hallway behind me was empty. I swallowed hard and shook my head. Maybe I'd imagined it, maybe. I finished up quickly and hurried home, eager to see the shots I'd taken. Hours later, sitting in front of my computer, I transferred the photos from my camera. The first few looked incredible. The eerie lighting, the haunting decay, everything I'd hoped to capture. Then I saw it. A photo of the surgical hallway, and at the end of it a tall, dark figure. I blinked, leaning closer to the screen. Had I captured a shadow, a trick of the light? I flipped to the next image. The figure was closer. Next image. Closer still? My breath hitched. The figure was moving, getting nearer in each frame, but I hadn't seen anyone there. I hadn't heard footsteps. I reached the last photo. It was a shot of an old, cracked mirror. And reflected in the glass, standing directly behind me, was the faceless figure. I slammed my laptop shut, my pulse thundering in my ears. My apartment suddenly felt too quiet, too still. Then, click, I stopped breathing. It came from the darkened corner of my room. My camera was on my desk. I hadn't touched it. Slowly, I turned my head, and in the dim light, standing just a few feet away, was the shadowy figure, watching me, waiting. Then my camera, motionless on the desk, flashed on by itself. The screen displayed a new photo. It was me, but in the image I wasn't alone. There was a hand, long, bony fingers resting on my shoulder. I wasn't being watched. I was being claimed.